Hi, my name is Renelda Peldunas-Harder. I'm a member of the Mason-Dixon Quilt Professional Network, also a member of the Haymarket Quilters Unlimited, and a board member for the Quilts of Valor Foundation, which is a national nonprofit that awards quilts to veterans and active duty military. Today I'm going to be talking about a group exhibit. Now, group exhibits can be different things. It can be one large quilt that many people work on, or it could be several smaller quilts that a lot of people work on. Doesn't matter, the rules are the same for both, but I'll mostly be talking about one large quilt that several people are working on and having to put together. First thing you need, committed quilters. You need a number of committed quilters. Second thing to think about is the subject of the quilt. Who determines what type of quilt the group is doing? Are you going to be curating or coordinating, coming up with the concept? Will it be a group discussion and a vote? Or are you doing blocks, landscape, subject like a building or a man-made object? All these things need to be determined ahead of time. Number 3, you will need a contract or a letter of intent. This is a good idea because it codifies in everybody's mind what type of commitment this actually is. Number 4, the brainstorming. This is very important. You have to brainstorm many things, and this is not all-inclusive, but think about, how do you draw the pattern? What are the color palettes? The fabric choices, okay? Are you going to have one piece of fabric that is common for everybody? Are you going to have everybody just rely on their stash? When you talk about the color palette, are you doing a landscape? Is it a springscape, a winterscape, a fall, or summer? These things have to be determined ahead of time. Incurring expenses, this is a good one. Are you going to have a sponsor? Or is everybody going to pony up $10 that participates? You need to talk about that ahead of time. And how will you fit the pieces together? Who will put them together? Step number 5 is construction, part 1. Construction part 1, talk about the pattern. Who's making a pattern? Do you have to blow up a big picture and then cut it up and make overlays? Is it something that's freestyle, or is it a published pattern, a block that everybody's going to be using? Next step, construction number 2. This is step 6. Assembling the quilt. This is very, very important. Will everyone do their part and quilt their part separately and then assemble it? Will everyone just construct their top? One person put it together and then it's all quilted all at once? How are you going to do that? How big is the quilt going to be? And does the project lend itself to be hand quilted, long arm, or done on a domestic quilt? Number 7, time frame. The time frame is important. It sets the benchmarks, and it should be presented in the letter of intent or the contract, so everybody's aware of the time constraints involved. Number 8, finishing. Who will do the binding, the labeling, the sleeve? Important to talk about. And last but not least, number 9, display and disposition. Will the piece be displayed locally? Will it travel regionally or nationally? What happens to the quilt when it has been constructed and displayed? Will you auction it off to raise money for charity? Will it be donated to a government building or perhaps a church or a hospital? Or will you send it to me to be hung in my house? I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, that was the peanut gallery. Okay, so my question to you is, have I whet your appetite to do a group quilt? Cut.